All right. Good morning. Just want to do a quick spot check before we get started, but everything's looking good. Okay. Well, my name is Jared. It is April 7th, 2021, and this is Engineering the Markets. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right. Yesterday, SPY, fairly narrow range consolidation sort of day. We are sitting up at this channel high, which is just a cautionary warning to not necessarily look for a ton of long positions in this critical resistance. Obviously, the market is strong, pushing well off the lows and multiple trend days from these low points. But we do want to define our risk. We want to look for pullbacks and back tests to get long or to get short on failed breakouts and confirmations that a resistance is holding. So overall, the market's a little bit non-actionable from the SPY perspective, very tight range. And if we look at our 4-hour, we can see, there really wasn't a lot of action yesterday when it comes to price movement. We are forming something very similar to what we had before, where we had this nice push. We consolidated for a period of a few sessions, and then we had this explosive move up to these highs. The market may be setting up to do a similar action where we have another potential bull flag. We have consolidation as prices holding in this area, and bulls essentially don't want to lose the low of the most recent pullback, which is going to be sort of a pre-market low of about 405. So bulls are definitely interested in consolidating here at resistance. They don't want to see any follow through from bears, and potentially a breakout here would lead to one of the first breakouts of this channel since we had this false breakout, which led to a major downside move in the SPY. So if we recall back here, we had the potential for what looked like a breakout. We gapped above the channel, but quickly fell back in. And in that fallback, that false breakout, we saw a lot of downside momentum. Structurally, things are looking much better for a breakout where overall slightly less extended, and we're forming consolidation for the potential breakout. So things are looking relatively healthy from the bull perspective, and we'll see how this shakes out. Volume profile, past 30 days, we're still well away from where most of the value has sat over the past 30 days. We're well above our VA range, 397 being the top end of that range. And you can see that as we consolidate here, we're forming the shelf of value. It's sort of an anomalous sort of spike in the volume profile. What bulls are going to want to do here is sort of fill out this area and form sort of a curve of value. They'll want to essentially consolidate and confirm that these price levels are where value sits moving forward. And then they can use this area as a launching point to go higher. In the case we did that recently with 390. They're going to want to do this here, and ultimately value will start to move higher in the market as price also continues higher. So yeah, potential for accumulation here. Obviously, it can be a little challenging to tell before we get the actual breakout or breakdown what is truly occurring. But the shelf of price and the fact that we haven't lost this gap yet is structurally relatively strong. A loss of 405 would put us in danger for a fairly significant pullback to 400, which once again, we're still elevated on the volume profile, and therefore it is a potential outcome. It's not a rare thing to see that type of pullback to back test where we came from. But right now things are strong. Bulls are not willing to give up pretty much an inch, and we'll see how long that can last, how extended we can become before potentially falling back, and potentially falling back pretty heavily, given that we're not super well supported yet. We're not putting up enough volume yet, or value, I should say. So structurally, things are looking good in the SPY. SPY is one of our strongest indices. If we're shifting over to our Qs, we noted yesterday that the Qs are coming into some potential resistance. They have this daily uptrend line, which did break down, and we are now trying to backtest that line. So while we have some pattern-based trading and some breakout potential in the Qs are not at all-time highs, and therefore they still have to prove it to us that they can clear this area, become once again in a daily uptrend with regards to the slanted support, and from there, obviously look for all-time high as sort of a target. On the 4-hour, we are a bit extended overall, similar to the SPY, and the Qs are putting in that similar price action where we're not seeing a ton of range at the moment. Yesterday was fairly choppy, as some people might say, but this is structurally strong for bulls as long as they're able to hold previous lows. They're basically just stair-stepping with moments of pause in between. We also indicated that on the daily, there is this gap, which, pull my pin back up. It's this area right here. So basically around 330, we have this gap. And while we did clear the gap and we're holding above the gap, similar to the SPY, we don't want to lose some of our recent lows because we just don't have a lot of support sitting below us. So structurally, staying in this elevated state is acceptable for the bulls, but any loss of those lows can lead to a relatively large pullback in the Qs and the SPY. And that would, from the perspective of the daily, just be a high into potentially a higher low. So shorter time frame, there's a bit of risk to the downside on loss of certain levels, but structurally from the daily, that would just look like another pullback, potentially a buying opportunity if you wanted to get into this breakout. So 4-hour, we are noting that. Clear these lines. I'm going to go ahead and clear this breakout line. I'm going to clear these flags as well. We kind of know where we are, where we came from. So, the final target is this back test, and that's kind of what I'm still looking at. As long as we're not losing 330 on any sort of volume, I think this final target is still in play. And if we look at where value sits, similar to the SPY, we are extended. We're well above our volume profile range, our VA high being at 322. Also similar to the SPY, we're putting in this shelf up here, and bulls are trying to showcase that this area is becoming an area of interest. It's a balance area in the market. Obviously, similar to the SPY as well, we do not want to lose that 330 zone because we will fall into a volume or value-based gap. It's basically a pocket of lack of support, and it is very likely from probability perspective to fall all the way back through and come back down to about 325 before we can find any sort of inflection or recovery from a drop. So pretty normal market structure and behavior here. We just want to note that if you're looking to buy certain dips, you're wanting to get into this momentum, a pullback needs to be appropriate. And an appropriate pullback from the volume profile perspective is one that brings you back to value. So everything in between is kind of just an open air pocket, and typically you will fall through that relatively quickly. Hence, you don't want to necessarily buy those particular dips. IWM. Bring us to our daily. This is not IWM. Okay. All right. So IWM on the daily. We're back above our 20 and 50, which is notable. We have seen a little bit more weakness in this index relative to SPY. So there has been, once again, that sort of shift from which indice is the strongest and then which indice is the weakest. Now there's sort of a return for SPY being the strongest index, and IWM is actually underperforming, albeit we do have a nice double bottom to trade against or to potentially hold on the daily. We're sitting above this downtrend resistance level. We broke through that. That was notable and a tradable event on the breakout. The consolidation that's occurring here is a bit wider range, hence a little bit more volatile in this product, and also potentially a harsher rejection from our resistance zone. We noted that 227.50 is something to keep in mind, and we did find that rejection from there on Monday. We pulled back, and then now we're starting to tighten this range. So we have this notable low, we have our high, and now we'll see, are they going to just continuously test this low point, form sort of a triangle, and then potentially break lower, or will they tighten up for another breakout and break through this downtrend retracement line, just like they did back here? So structurally, you know, the strength is in the breakout. We want to assume that this trend has some power behind it, especially since other index products are strong. But also, you know, similar to anything else you want to trade, you have to note that there are resistance points and you have to get through them to continue the push. So you trade into those resistances, take profit, or look for maybe just a reduction of risk, wait for a pullback from resistance, and look for the right pattern and structure to get back in and look for the breakout. So it's continuous back and forth without, you know, assumption of which one's going to be the one that doesn't break out correctly. 1 hour time frame, volume profile. As I mentioned, this one is showing relative weakness, and that's also noted by the fact that we have not moved away from value significantly. Value still is basically around 221, anywhere around here. There's quite a bit of just, I would say, consolidation that occurred over the course of multiple weeks, and this market has not broken away from it. So the challenge here is that while we do have some pattern-based opportunities, this is tightening, and our target is still relatively conservative. We're kind of targeting this recent high, whereas some of our other products, we've already proven the breakout, and as it consolidates, we'll just see, can it fill a gap, or will it just break out to a final target on the upside? IWM, I think, is a little bit more challenging to maybe get long into, and the target is much more conservative. We have not proven that we can break through a notable resistance point. If we do, we would be targeting this upper area, which is going to be our daily daily uptrend support, the slanted line, slanted support. So with all that said, looking around some of the asset classes and some of the commodity futures, I'm looking to find opportunity before it showcases itself in a breakout. And typically, you know, what you're looking for is some sort of pattern-based structure. You're maybe looking for a range that has been well set, and that range can break out or break down, either of which will offer opportunity. But while we're in sort of a consolidation phase in certain markets, this is the time to prepare for the next round of momentum and seeing where the opportunity might be. So some areas that I'm interested in, I'm going to bring up the dollar as a little bit of context. So we had our dollar index starting to bring a little bit of concern into the equities and commodities market as it was pushing very strongly through the 200-day moving average. Over the past couple of sessions, the dollar has not only pulled back, but pulled back relatively, I would say significantly. It was quite a decent pullback from this push. What I'm looking at now is, as this market was starting to push higher, we now have this relative high, and this could act as support. If it doesn't, and this pullback continues down, we go to the weekly, and we can see that this is actually a relatively significant top in the weekly. It does have the structure of sort of a reversal candle, and then the fact that it is breaking down from this point is significant. So equities are liking the weak dollar. That has been showcased with the SPY and the Qs. What I'm now looking for is what else likes a weak dollar and hasn't really broken out yet. We can actually get into some of that momentum if it continues. And some opportunities that I think are worth noting are things like gold. Gold has been pretty much selling off ever since, let's see, mid to late. Okay, so this would be July, August. So July, August timeframe, we hit a significant high. We've been selling off in gold for quite a while. Obvious downtrend in gold ever since that point. What we're starting to do here, though, is of interest. We're putting in a range in gold. And we have this notable low that we called out a couple of weeks ago. I was basically stating that if you were long gold and you wanted a great buying opportunity, this was an area that held multiple times in the past, and it was basically giving you prices that you haven't seen in a full year in gold. So it was basically a discount in gold. That's a very aggressive entry. We did see a push off of that. We formed our high, and then we came back and back tested this low. This is starting to form the structure of a range. And as we are sitting near this high, when we dig into a lower time frame, clear that, this has the makings for, once again, sort of that cup and handle approach, potential for a breakout. So I'm liking what I'm seeing in gold, not only because of what gold is showing on the chart, but where we sit in gold and based on previous price action. It's a notable support area. We've back tested it, so we can at least confirm that it is a double bottom at this time. And this breakout here would be a range breakout, which means we have potential to double the size of this range as a target. And if we look at just something conservative, let's say 1680 to 1750, that's about a $70 range in the gold futures. That 1750 can be targeting upwards of 1820, and that would be a doubling of the range. So some really decent opportunity here in gold. We've obviously, we're well past the point of dip buying in this range, although we did call it out. And now we're looking for the breakout. So some opportunity here. We definitely want to see the dollar stay weak. And with that, gold can start to outperform some other sectors and products. Silver is kind of in a similar holding pattern. The structure here is not so much a range, but I would say it's more of that inverse head and shoulder structure, where we have a neckline, we have a notable low from that neckline, and now we're trying to hold this neckline for the breakout. We have a double top here, confirming that this is the neckline, and we are looking for this to curl into the breakout. Similar idea here. It is definitely or it is defined as a range-based pattern. And when you have this range, you can look to double the range as one of your targets. So, without looking at the exact numbers, 24 to 25.50, that can lead to a target of roughly 27 inside of the silver futures. So some opportunity both in gold and silver, similar, I would say top level resistance that you want to see break out, but ultimately pattern and some of the underlying correlation in the dollar is providing opportunity here. Similarly, another range that I'm keeping an eye on, albeit I don't have necessarily a correlated asset to compare it to, but another nice well-defined range is going to be in crude. So crude has been a standout performer over the past 6 months. It's been one of our strongest asset classes, and we've had a very strong uptrend ever since about, I would say, right around the election confirmation. So this led to a nice breakout, a nice uptrend, and then we recently hit a high of about 68 in the crude futures. What I'm looking for here as we consolidate is on the weekly, we did get extended, so it is normal to see this pullback. But as the weekly 20 moving average catches up, and as this daily range is forming, I'm going to be looking for what sort of breakout or breakdown do we get. A breakdown would be a continuation of the weekly pullback, and that would lead to potentially lower prices if you're looking to buy a more aggressive dip. Obviously, you can trade the breakdown as well. Or a breakout here would once again provide that range-based opportunity where if we look at our shorter time frame, just to get a sense of levels, from roughly 57 to 62, if that range were to confirm, we would look to double that, and that would basically be targeting the recent highs in crude, about 67, 68. So notable consolidation, forming that range, building energy inside of the crude or energy-based markets, and we will see what direction they decide to go. So yeah, those are three opportunities I'm looking into. I think all three of them have potential to break higher, with gold and silver being a bit overextended to the downside. That breakout on both of those metals, especially if it occurs at the same time, could be facilitated by a weakening dollar and even higher asset prices like equities. As the dollar breaks down, we may see that more parabolic breakout of the SPY and leading into a channel breakout, back test, and sort of the final push of a potential bull market, a secular bull market. In crude, it's a little bit harder to tell what direction they want to choose. The daily is showing that sloping 20 moving average, which is never really a good sign after a very extended uptrend. So this could break lower, but the potential for it to break lower is still just a weekly pullback. And that weekly pullback could offer some really great buying opportunities, either long-term or just for a bounce play to back test the range. So you sort of break through the range, you extend, and then you look for the bounce to back test where we came from. And that would be about 57 on the low end of the range. So there's pretty much opportunities no matter what direction we choose. It's just being prepared for when they occur and not chasing the momentum after the fact, so that you're basically lessening your risk to reward, and you're also having a harder chance of defining your risk. So keep these on watch. I think they're all of interest, and I'm definitely looking to get into these as they occur. Final note, I'll say that we've seen some consolidation inside of the bond market at these lows. We've looked at this in two ways, both from the interest rate of the 10-year and the TLT, which is sort of tracking the 10 and 20-year bond prices. So from the 10-year perspective, we have put in this double top around 1.76, and then we're just kind of consolidating here. We haven't really broken out or broken down. It's a very, once again, another tight range that we're trying to see which direction is going to eventually clear. But as this consolidates, TLT has also been consolidating. And we could see, this notable low. There was some price action back in the past that marked this low. We had a push here, and then we're kind of just flat in this range as this market is trying to choose directionality. What I'm seeing is that TLT is not really selling off much like it used to. And the fact that we are consolidating here may mean that a trend reversal is underway. From the weekly perspective, we are at the 200. This is a notable buying zone amidst all of this selling, and we are at major support in the TLT. So I think if there were to be a trend reversal of any type, it would be somewhere around here. And that's why I just want to keep this on watch, because if we see a breakout in TLT, that would likely mean that the rates are coming back down. Financials might not like that rate deceleration to the downside. They may start to sell a little bit more heavily. Once again, another opportunity if you're short financials or just fading some of the financial highs. If it breaks higher as well and rates go down, tech once again might start to correlate to a weakening interest rate market. And while we have seen some strength in tech recently, that may continue. So that will continue to push as those two, I would say, indicators sort of track each other and correlate once again. So the correlation has broken as of late. It hasn't been as strong, but we do want to keep it on watch because things are consolidating, and hence certain things are starting to waken up. Certain things haven't really performed at all. And as that consolidation clears, as that range starts to break, we'll have more opportunity for tech, financials, energy, gold and silver prices, and just some of the other commodity classes that you may be interested in trading. So that's pretty much my time. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off a couple minutes early to allow Carlos and Norm to get set up. And that's pretty much all the topics I have, so no need to carry it forward. Just want to say thanks to everyone. Appreciate all the feedback I've been getting. I'm still looking to provide some additional resources as we flush out these sessions. I've got the structure, the schedule, a lot of the indicators that we like to use, and then some of the rules of just basic technical analysis, back testing, support turn resistance, range-based trading, et cetera, et cetera. So look forward to that. I know it's been underway for a while. I am working on it, and I'm looking to get that to you all as soon as possible. So thanks, everyone. This has been Engineering the Markets. My name is Jared. Y'all have a great and safe trading session on Wednesday. Take it easy.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, brother. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing pretty good. So, excited to be on this morning. Yesterday we had a great success webinar too, man. We had Luke Jacoby from Bensinga, and we had a really good time. So, if you guys missed it, the recording will be up today. Um, oh, hold on a second. I'm getting some kind of feedback here. Where's that coming from? Here we go. Just turn that off. Oh, had it on my different computer. Wow, only 48 likes, guys. Come on, we could do better than that. Let's get some more likes up
Yeah,
there.
get those
Let's
likes for Jared.
yeah, let's do
Not even
that.
for
So
us. We haven't done anything yet.
yeah,
We can
we
talk
haven't
about
done
that later.
anything yet. All right, guys. So yeah, it's amazing success webinar about the news and how things work on the back end. So definitely catch the recording if you missed it. And we also and you're gonna see it towards the end of the video. We also found out the Squawk Audio guy's name. So the Squawk Audio gentleman,
Charlie?
Charlie. Yeah, I
You
had no
didn't know
idea.
Charlie's name?
No,
Charlie
a lot of us
Gross?
didn't. A lot of us didn't know
Oh,
his name, and we actually got to see a picture. He had a little picture of him on a like a flashcard or whatever. So that was pretty fun. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's see what we had yesterday. Yesterday was not an easy day. Pretty choppy for the most part. Let's look at our 5 minute here on American Airlines. I had this one on the list as a possible, well, not as a possible. I had it on my main list for a potential breakout here. But as you can see, guys, very choppy. Just didn't get a whole lot going here on American Airlines. I had E-Bond. Now this thing just ran the entire pre-market. It just got really extended after a drop like this. Is very difficult to see. Hold on, am I getting some issues here? No cam.
what's up?
Somebody saying no camera. We haven't pronounced it down.
Where? In the chat?
Yeah, Fabio
Well,
says
you don't
something
have a
else.
camera up right now anyway. You got a chart.
Yeah, you guys good? Okay, good. All right, so you can see it. Okay, perfect. All right. So yeah, guys, Iban got really extended towards the bottom. It did give you some opportunities here. Would have been somewhat of a rising devil of Brian's type trade, right? You get that little pullback and then the drop here. That traded very nicely. After that, this was very difficult. And it just went sideways. Again, big drop already in the pre-market, so it got really extended there. CHPT, now this was the trade I took. Now this stock, it's the price action was horrible. I mean, you had to be really patient on this. And it was frustrating because the volume just died. I mean, it just had no volume. So I thought after this pop here, I thought it was going to get going. I still managed to end green on this trade, but man, it was just brutal, just waiting around. So got stuck in a deadbeat one over here. Just did never got any volume. Here is Tesla. Tesla got some seesaw action here, guys. Again, just not as clean, and a lot of it stocks look like this yesterday. Here is Apple. Apple as well was brutal, guys. We've seen such clean trading out of Apple. It did get better later in the day at 12 o'clock, and so nice little drop here, and then a little reversal. But for the most part, the open was very brutal on that one. But you can see here, beautiful drop towards the middle of the day there. Neo was very clean. Unfortunately, I missed this one. Look at the consolidation, a little bit choppy going on here, but trying to hold on to this moving averages, and then it breaks out towards the high of the day here, breaks out of that, and just look at it go. It just takes off nicely here all the way towards 40, and then from there it just moves sideways, but after a very nice big move in the morning there. NCLH also did very well. I got a little pop here. It did break out of this 30-60 level that we had on our daily. Beautiful continuation there also, and then after the day, it's just not all that great into later parts of the afternoon. So that was our watches. We had a couple of okay stocks, not great, very choppy. Hopefully today things will look a little better for us. Norm, what's the latest and greatest on the SPY?
I mean, Jared went over a lot of it, so I won't bore you guys to death. But we're sitting here just ever so slightly red on both SPY and the Qs. Just right below all-time highs. So specifically on SPY. So we'll just see how it plays out. It's been a nice little breakout. Now we're just sitting here. Market's trying to see, hey, is this real? We do have some economic data today. We've got an important one that I'll mention is the 2 o'clock FOMC minutes. That is when they will release the minutes from the meeting 2 weeks ago where they announced the rate policy last time. Should be interesting. All this talk about inflation and Jerome Powell saying the word transitory in relation to inflation 80 times during every press conference and speech he gives, and being questioned about that. Should be interesting to see what they say. So they'll probably have some moves on that.
Yeah, that should be fun. We'll definitely be on the lookout for that. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's build our list today. Let's BPTH was active yesterday. What did it? Oh, that's the day before. Okay, this is all. That's all information there. All right, let's get rid of all of this, and let's build a brand new watch list here, starting with what's capping up. So quite a bit in the green here. It's funny, we're not getting the scroll down. We're very close to having everything on one screen, so that's pretty good. SINO here, 14 million shares flow. We've seen this one in our list before. Has popped up pretty good in the past. Not easy to trade. It is a low flow stock. It does have okay volume, not great for a low float though. We want to see a little more action here. Now, I'll give it this though.
Carlos,
Yes.
buddy, something's up with the screen. A number of people are saying it's frozen.
Okay. Is that over in our chat?
I just left, in the chat. YouTube, you guys are fine. I don't know what you need to do, but I even left the room and came back. Now I've got just a black screen. So
all right, so let's do this, guys. One sec as we refresh.
all right, buddy.
Okay, so let's see. Hopefully that is
There we go.
much better there. All right, cool.
Yep.
Just guessing need some little love there, a little refresh. Get things off.
Hit it with a hammer.
Exactly. All right, guys. So SINO this morning, they are, again, it just starts to get moving a little bit here, and just got a little bit of volume, 158,000 shares. Let's give it some time to see what happens out of this. We've seen this pop up in the past before. Has not been great, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
They've got NFT news that they announced just a few minutes ago.
Oh, is that what was causing this volume coming in? Okay.
Yep.
We'll see, guys. Again, this NFT is what's hot right now, right? So although it's you got to be very careful. There could be some opportunities there. You just got to be, again, you got to be really careful with managing your risk. Some are more risky than others. We saw I think it was between VIPS and TME. No, it's not those. I forgot the names of the other ones, but there was one that was really, really risky, and there was another one that was also in play that day that was a little more manageable. I forget the tickers, but just keep in mind if you see something looks too risky, just avoid it. But again, NFTs are definitely stuff that's being talked about quite a bit now. TMDX, this one is up 11.1, 257,000 shares traded. At the moment, pre-market action is not looking all that great, guys. Their daily also looks like NFT, the way I'm looking at it, right? The way it's popping up here, volume just recently. But again, I just don't like this chart. I don't like the daily. I don't like the pre-market action. I'm going to skip on this. 25 million shares float, so a little bit on the lower side there. Heading down, we have XL. This one here starting to get going. Got some good volume.
TMDX did have a catalyst. They have a medical device. They had medical device news, I believe, an approval by FDA, or at least the advisory committee was set to recommend approval.
All right, so we'll throw that on here, guys. TMDX. If that type of news can definitely, if it gets volume, it can run pretty nice. So we'll keep an eye on that. Very, very careful with the spread on this, and also if you look at this closely, look at these candles. They're 50 cents to $1 easily. So again, and look at this gap down here. You're getting in the pre-market. Pre-market on this type of stocks with this volume is very scary, guys. The rug can get pulled under you so fast, and there's going to be no volume there to catch you. So be very, very careful trading that type of action in the pre-market with no volume. XL this morning, great pre-market action. This looks very clean so far. We are up 10% this morning, 1.4. They've been hammered over the last couple of months, right? At the beginning of the year, it's just taking a bloodbath here. No, do they have news? Because this looks like a decent pop.
Yeah, they essentially got a new customer, I believe, is the easiest way to put it.
Okay. All right. That's doing pretty well for them right now, guys. So definitely like the pre-market action. Love the volume right now. Let's keep an eye on this one. ACG is up next, and this one is up 10%, giving a little bit back since early 5 a.m. this morning. Daily's just not good, guys. The volume is not great on the daily. Their pre-market action looks good, though. I mean, this could turn into something, maybe. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
This is a SPAC that is announced their merger partner, which is Grab, kind of like Uberish business, ride-hailing, food delivery service in Asia. Singapore, I think, is where they're based, but I believe they operate outside of that as well.
Let's see, man. They don't have a great daily. They have a good pre-market action. Volume is okay. Let's see if that can turn towards the brighter side. HYLN, and this one, pre-market action, also doesn't look great. Their daily, not so exciting neither here. They're out 9.1, 769. I'm going to keep this one off, guys. We just got to start being a little bit picky here. So far, not a whole lot that looks great, but that's okay. I see some good names coming up here. Hopefully that can change things around. JWEL, also horrible pre-market action, 7.5, 328,000. The daily looks like recent IPO'd here. So they're just getting over the IPO price right around here. So that's nice. Popped up all the way to 1282. Again, these are very difficult to trade, very difficult to manage the price action or read the price action when they're trading like this. So I'm gonna put it to the side. Also a lower flow stock at 20 million, and you can tell. I mean, look at this wick here. All the way up to 1275. I'm not sure if that was transaction or just some block trades being posted there, but this thing can definitely move. Spread right now, not too. No, that's pretty horrible. There's no order sitting in here.
This is a new-ish IPO. I think it was a few weeks ago. Their underwriters exercising their option to take more shares of the IPO price. So, I guess that's a vote of confidence from the investment bank. I don't. Not that great of a catalyst. I'm shocked to see it pop on that like that.
It's not pretty good at all. So again, HIMX, horrible pre-market action, guys. Not great volume. We'll leave this one alone. BB, I saw a couple of in the chat, in our YouTube chat, also asking about what we think about BB. Again, BB has been one of these meme stocks that just can take off here at any time. I mean, they are up 3.8 this morning, 425. Now, Norm, here's the key question: do they have any catalysts on their own?
Volvo's gotten them to work on some of their technology.
Okay, all right. Well, again, I'm going to bring it down to a possible. The reason for it is I just don't like this stock as much as I like other stocks I want to trade. But let's see how this news plays out, how this catalyst plays out for them today. They definitely got some volume here. They got a nice little pop. Pre-market actions got to get better. I think they need more volume. They've been beat up quite a bit. So I think any positive news, you're going to get a pulse out of this stock. Let's see what happens. EBON was just insane yesterday, guys. This was a lot of fun if you're trading it in the pre-market, or if you caught that pop or quick drop after the market opened yesterday. Today they're up 2.9 after again just a massive drop yesterday and a gap down. Followed from a previous day that they just again got killed also. So again, they've been pretty beat up as well. 1.9 million shares traded. Now, usually the second day after such a massive drop here, you got to be careful. You can get some pretty good chops here. If anybody's stuck in here and just trying to get out, every push up is just slammed down. So we've seen this so many times. Not saying this is what's going to happen here, but just be cautious that if you're getting stopped out 2, 3, 4 times, you need to take a step back and see the bigger picture. It just might be pushing shares around and not really giving you a pattern to trade, which is, again, we've seen it so many times. We'll put it as a possible to see if we can get some kind of squeeze here. Would be nice. I don't think you're going to get too much towards the bottom just because you're sitting at a great level of support, right? We tested this one right here. We bounced from that this day here. We bounced from that level yesterday as well. So let's see what happens. All right, we got some familiar names. NCLH on the list today, 480. Is CCL in play as well? What do we have going on here? CCL's daily looks pretty nice for a possible breakout. They have 921,000 shares traded. They're up 2.1. This could be interesting. I like CCL's daily better than NCLH, although they have great volumes. You know what? No, they're pretty good too. They're looking decent as well. NCLH as a possible. I'm not going to watch both of them on my main list, but I think they're both looking pretty active today. Viacom starting to build a nice base here
Yeah.
over at a 42. Oh, what's the latest and greatest here?
They got some upgrades. In particular, they had analysts come out and say it's a really good spot to take advantage of this dip. It was kind of an extraordinary circumstance, and the dust has settled now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, if you're looking for long-term investing, you know this company's not going anywhere. That's a good
I will
price.
preface that with I hate trading the stock.
Yeah. Intraday is not clean. I traded on this day
You got to
here,
have some
and
wide
whew,
stops because it can jerk around. That's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, absolutely. Spread was at 50 cents plus at that. Oh, it was just insane. BYD making our list this morning. They are,
Beyond the meat.
yes,
Haven't gotten to say it in so long.
it's been a while. They are up 2.4 this morning, 113,000 shares traded. It's not a whole lot going on right now. I mean, they're bouncing a little bit here, 2.4, unless they have some kind of catalyst where they're got a
Yep.
new account or something.
No, but they're opening a plant in China. So
Okay.
that some people giving hope to the fake meat and in a huge market. So
Yeah, that is a very, very big market. I'm gonna put it as a possible. I like the catalyst. I don't like the pre-market action right now. I do like the daily though, because we're kind of bottoming down here. We got a little round bottom going on, so maybe above 35 we can push a little bit higher. That could be nice. And also, it is not one of my favorite stocks to trade. It can be very difficult. Disco is another one of this Viacom type plays. Again, also up a little bit. We can put it on here as a possible if you don't like Viacom, you can look at Disca as well. NCLH we looked at. OCGN not looking all that great. I don't like this daily at all. And a CCL we did take a look at. I'm going to add CCL here. I do like the action we're getting now. Hopefully this volume turns into something good. Hater says CCL has earnings today, or no, I don't think they do. Well, at least,
no,
unless this is wrong.
what's that?
CCL has earnings. Unless this
Not that
date.
I'm aware of. I don't know. Maybe this afternoon. They didn't have it this morning. Now, these are popping. And we talked about this yesterday. NCLH,
hmm
yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is later today. But I
Okay.
really don't pay attention to earnings that have not taken place yet. I will, I think they're popping on NLCH news, and they're saying that they're not going to, that their ships are stalled until cruises are stalled until June. So everybody's looking at them opening a little quicker than normal. NCLH came out with that yesterday and this morning, formal plan. So
Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, I fixed the volume there. I did notice that my mic was lower than what it should be. So we should be good now. Okay. So that's what's gapping up this morning. Let's see what's gapping down. FGEN at the moment. Wow, huge drop here. 30% down this morning. 473,000 shares traded. Not a clean pre-market action. I guess they're trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. So this stock has just been killed. In early March as well, they also had a huge drop there to 36, now down to 24. I don't know how great this will be to trade though. It doesn't look amazing by any means here. So I'm on the fence on it. I do love this drop, guys. Whatever catalyst that is, a big drop. We'll add it on here. Go ahead.
which one? I was responding.
Oh
Somebody,
yeah.
they were Karstoff was joking that my keyboard's so loud it's from 2001, and it's actually like one of the best keyboards one can get. It's a Razer Huntsman Elite.
Nice.
They got a downgrade this morning, but then they also have some FDA news that's not positive going on. So a couple of things there. They got multiple downgrades this morning.
Yeah, they're getting slammed. So we'll see. We'll see how this trades. I would like to go back to this day here, but we don't have the time right now to see how that traded with that gap down. See what kind of movement they got Let's see. Let's keep an eye on it. Definitely not on my main list. Will be a possible. We need to see a little bit more out of that. Here is Fix. Fix. What do we have? Not good. Not a great pre-market action. Very light on the volume. RMO. Oh, how about RMO? Yes, I did not have this on my list, and I took it off. And man, what a beast it was. But I saw it because a lot of you guys in the chat were trading this one and calling it out. So thank you for that. Again, the power of being with a community, guys. All eyes on deck. And if you see something, say something type thing, right? So this one here traded very, very well, guys. So clean. Just never look back. Just holding on to his 9 and 20 moving average and just the entire day just took off here. So today I think it's definitely in play. It's already has 1.4 million shares traded. It is down 5.6 right now, moving sideways a little bit. So they got to figure out what they're going to do here, right? Are we going to push up higher above this previous day close line, or are we going to come back down here a little bit? So I think it's worth having on our list. Again, these are tough plays. They can go either way. They can just chop around or not do anything. We'll have to be
I saw our good friend Megan, member in the room here. She posted on Twitter a trade on RMO she'd taken at the very beginning of the day and got a tiny piece of it. And then she went back and looked later, and it's like, you know, the finger to finger strategy would have worked because it went up like 50% and would have never come back down. Yeah, so it always stinks.
It makes your great trade look like, man, it's not so great after all when you see something like that. You can't think of it that way.
I love this rocket she put on here too. That's just awesome.
That is pretty good.
Right. Sorry, Megan. Still a great trade. Like Bobby said. Trade.
Absolutely.
Sadness rocket.
RMO, guys, looking pretty good right now. Let's just see if we can get some direction here today. Will be nice. Looking like it wants to break out of here, out of this resistance area. So that would be nice if we can do that. We'll keep an eye on it. LI is on deck as well. They are dropping down here a little bit. We traded this before. I see some levels on there. This could be interesting though. If we start losing some of these levels, that could be something. Let's put it on there. Mara today. Mara, you know, the price action on Mara, we had it on watch list on this day here, 4-5. And I remember that the price action just being a little shady at times. It doesn't move well. Again, maybe it was just that day at the time I was watching it. So I'll be cautious on that one. We'll put it on here. Okay, let's stop here, guys. We have a couple of bit more. There's some Bitcoin plays coming up here. Obviously, Mara's, Riot, CAN is one of my favorite ones to trade. They're all down this morning, so Bitcoin must not be doing well. I'm going to add CAN here as the Bitcoin for me to watch on my main list for now. Norm, what do you like this morning so far?
Looking, brother.
All right, you got it, my friend. Let's go over to our chat room. Let's start with John. John is giving us SOS. Are you calling for help or the actual stock? No, the actual stock. So this one is up 32%, 25 million shares traded right now. Now, again, I'm on the fence on this one. This daily doesn't look too exciting. And all this volume here, and just not a whole lot of movement. I don't know. I'm on the fence on this. This must be a large float. I don't have the flow information here. Or is it some kind of SPAC or something? Yeah, again, I'm just not a fan of what I'm seeing right now. I think we have better opportunities elsewhere. But again, don't get me wrong. If you like trading, just put it on your list. But I'm going to skip it on my end. Heading on down, we do have Roku.
I want to answer one question we got here. Somebody was asking, what's the volume on the top right? I'm guessing you're talking about the montage up there. That's the only...
This
volume,
one here?
Yeah, the relative volume it's meaningless until the market opens because pre-market activity is so lumpy, it doesn't make sense. So you can only calculate RVOL after the market actually opens.
Yeah,
that's absolute volume. That's how many shares have been traded so far this morning.
All right, excellent. Roku, guys. So Roku has a nice daily. I agree. Yes, beautiful day yesterday on here. You can see had a nice little run right out of the gates, and then a little continuation towards the afternoon time there. So I like the way this is sitting though on the daily for a possible next day play here. So yeah, I think Roku could be interesting. We'll definitely keep an eye on that one. ASTC. What is this? It's more of a penny stock, so I'm concerned with this. It's getting some volume, up 28%. But again, guys, you got to stick with what you're good at, and this is probably something I'm probably will get crushed on. So I'm gonna step aside and let other people play that one if they like. Let's head it on down. Apple. Poor pre-market, but nice space for both sides on the daily. Yeah, Apple had a beautiful breakout 2 days ago, right? The day before, nice breakout there. Yesterday didn't do all that great. Was very choppy, as we saw in our recap earlier today. At the moment, they're pretty much flat right now, so it's kind of waiting around to see what the market wants to do. If we have another strong day with the markets, right, maybe this can get going, right? Because Apple obviously has a big play in saying that. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But right now, I think it's pretty much flat. If we have a down day, we can also. It looks like Apple doesn't like this area here, right? It's either above it or below this 122. So could be interesting. Yeah, we'll add it. We'll add it. That'll be our one of our big tech stocks for today. With the big movements that we're getting out of the tech sector, that'll be nice to see what happens there. All right, we'll stop here, guys, as we're running a little bit low on time, and I want to give a chance to some of our YouTube viewers to see what they have on their end. Looks like some of the stuff we cover. SOS is we covered already. OCGN, I don't like the way this one trades. We'll take a quick look at it. Yeah, so we saw it earlier. It just doesn't look too good, guys. You're up 1.6. Pre-market action is very bland right now. Again, just I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. ASTC, another one. That one has great volume. It's more of a penny stock for me, though. So just be careful with this. I'm not going to be putting this on the list here. Heading on down, what do we have? Roku is good. Yeah, Roku, I think Roku has potential here. Doesn't have great, no volume at all. But we've seen Roku do this before where volume is completely dead and then it just takes off. So, yeah.
I miss Roku, our daily discussions of Roku
yeah.
and its beautiful, beautiful patterns.
When was this? This was going back.
It was pretty much all the way up to when it was 200, but it was pretty predominant last year in the in the 80s.
Yeah, right here, guys. This is just so
120. It was just flag after flag after flag.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Popped up, gapped up, consolidated, another gap up. I mean, this was clean. This is a beautiful daily, guys. So when you hear us talk about, a nice daily, the way these candles are connecting here are just amazing. It was just great. It was really good to trade this stock, but it hasn't been in some time here. So, and you can tell the difference, right? Look at the difference in the choppiness going back to last year and summertime as well. All right, what else do we have? We have Roku is good. I have it as a possible. We just need to get the volume in there. Had a big day yesterday. DK, we looked at HIMX already. DKNG. Let's take a look at this one. For me, this is difficult to trade this stock. Right now, they're up 1.3. They don't really have a lot of volume unless there's some kind of catalyst. I don't see anything great happening right now. It's just kind of stuck in this area at the moment. If they can be strong, they have some nice room to run up here, but just look at their daily, how choppy this is. Every candle overlapping the previous candle, not clean at all. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. This was nice a couple of months back. Well, right here, right? We had a nice little pattern going here. That's what's nice. On the way down was also very clean. Here, the last couple of 2 months has been pure choppiness, and it has not been fun. Starbucks, Brian called that out yesterday in the chat. They had a big move yesterday. They're not easy to trade. I don't see a whole lot of volume today. This is one you want to wait for the scanners to hit. If they get volume and they start squeezing higher here, I think they are sitting at all-time highs. Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. So again, doing really, really good there. Had a big day yesterday. So, but again, just no volume right now. But because of yesterday, Jay, I agree with you. That could be a secondary type play today. Walmart is a very difficult stock to day trade, guys. Even with news, they're just massive. Their price action doesn't move very well.
Yeah.
For me personally, I seen John crush Walmart. I seen Mike crush Walmart. Their style of trading is a little bit different, and they're great at it. But man, I just suck at it. DKNG never works for me, Mike. Yeah, DKNG is tough. We did talk about XL. We have it on our list. It's one of the top ones today, this morning. Great pre-market action, up 6.6. Looking forward to do some levels on that when we get back from our community announcements, guys. So let's go to that, and we'll be right back.
All right. As Carlos mentioned, great webinar last night from Luke from Benzinga. That should be posted today for your viewing pleasure. Carlos, what's next week's webinar? Yeah, I don't know why it's not posted.
No, I actually try to save it here because we did it yesterday, but it didn't take for some reason. But we have Thor. He's going to be doing part 3 of his sessions of the price action stuff that he's been working on with you guys. So look forward to that.
So I know that'll be well attended. All right. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, we've got Dr. Kenneth Reed talking about game theory. And then next week, Mike will be talking about reestablishing positive mindset after a losing streak. That'll be next week, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you want to participate in the BBT member trade of the day or trade of the week, take a screenshot of your best trade of the day. Of course, it should have entries and exits so we can see the actual trade. Then add any commentary you can to describe the setup and the strategy. Post it on Twitter, tagging at Bearable Traders, at MikeB_BBT, and at NormBBT. Also use the hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. We'll pick the winner for each day and announce in the afternoon on Twitter. And then all the trades of the week are eligible for, all the trades of the day are eligible for trade of the week, which the team will vote on over the weekend and announce on Monday on Twitter. This is the old deck, sir. If you are watching us on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, use the promo code PREMARKET24, and that'll give you access to the chat room for 1 week. 7 calendar days, 5 trading days. Also gives you access to the onboarding class. It's live every Monday night, 8 p.m., immediately followed by the technology class. Also, it's not on here. New one has it, is the spring promo. Spring 40, use the promo code SPRING40 to get 40% off a annual elite membership. So you can take advantage of all those webinars we were just describing.
All right.
Now, I'm not making any promises. Because I don't know if His Royal Highness is going to sleep in again this morning or not. But, guys, on YouTube, hit the like button. We're going to see if we can get 250 likes this morning. I'm going to try to talk Andrew into trading the open and leaving it up on YouTube, keeping it going.
Let's do it.
So hit that like button on YouTube, and we'll see if we can leave it running for a little bit into the open so you guys can see Andrew trade. Hair issues. Yes. Andrew's never had hair issues.
No, that's for sure. The guy wakes up, he's ready for a photo shoot. So
yep,
no issues there. All right, let's get to it, guys. XL on our main list this morning. They are up pretty nice, as you can see here, 8%, 2.3 million shares traded. As far as levels, let's see what we got going on here. We're going to do high of the pre-market. We got a little bit of resistance here, a little bit of a pullback happening at 930, so that's a level there. Towards the top, another great level here, guys. Couple of days using that as resistance and support. This one dropping down here, finding some support there around 996. That's probably $10 to be, these lower price stocks love that whole dollar number, so that could be it right there. Another one up here over at 1086 as well. Great area of resistance and support also happening there. So heading towards the bottom side, you can see highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. Previous day close pretty much got you covered there. So nice pullback to the VWAP here. If you're trading this in the pre-market, be very careful. That looks pretty good. CCL, not giving you any hints at all. CCL here, high of the pre-market 29.47. That looks pretty good. Pre-market actually looks nice at the moment. So 1 million shares traded. That's the volume I like to see on CCL. That looks pretty good. High of above the high of the pre-market 30.11 looks nice here as well. So we'll throw a level there. And then we probably have to go way back. Yep, here we go. Last year, March, so over a year ago, for the next level, which is 30.94. So we'll throw that on there just to get an extra level there in case we do decide to be strong this morning. Towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. You don't need to add any more down there, guys. So that's pretty much got you covered there. Here's Viacom. So again, getting a little bit of some support, a bit of some bottoming action over the last couple of days, is consolidating, going sideways after just being slammed, as we all know here. High of the pre-market this morning sitting at 45.75. Above that, what do we have here on the daily? We can go this one, 46.23, and then right over here over at 46.93. So a couple price targets there, but this thing can move, so be very, very careful with this one. I'm actually going to do another level because I know this thing can run 48.36. It would not shock me if this thing shoots up like that in a matter of minutes. Towards the bottom, previous day close, and then highs and lows from the last 2 trading days on there as well. RMO, huge day yesterday. Let's see what kind of day they're going to have today. Their volume is coming in, but just kind of like we mentioned, they're getting some sideways action right now. Hopefully by the market bell, this thing can pick a direction and give us an opportunity. High of the pre-market 12.55, the low is at 11.50, so those 2 levels are good there for us. And then towards the bottom here, Let's see if we can find some good levels here. This one looks nice right over here, 1070. Got not a lot of touches like this 1150. This 1150 here, look how great this is. Support. You got resistance support happening here, more support, more resistance. I mean, this is a great level, 1150. This one here, you only got about 2 days touching it. So again, not a whole lot happening here. Maybe this intraday, you got some consolidation happening around that area. But for the most part, it's not going to be as strong as this 1150. So I'll have it on there, but I won't put too much weight on it as I would like this one down here at $10, right? Again, going back to that whole dollar number, and you also see some areas, some touches happening here as well on this couple of days on here. So that's pretty good, I think, around the price action towards the top, previous day close, the highs from yesterday, and then towards the bottom, you got this huge gap down consolidation with the highs and lows there from the 2 trading days ago. CAN will be the Bitcoin that I'm going to watch today. Bitcoin's taking a hit this morning. As you can see, CAN is down 4.5 this morning. A low of the pre-market, 1817 towards the bottom of that. We do have a level here over at 1713, and then right down here over at 1532. Now, this stock does not trade very well. I traded it many times already. It's a little bit choppy at times. But if it can pick a direction, especially the Bitcoin's dropping or popping, whatever, it can be decent. It can get some pretty good moves in there. Towards the top, guys, you have the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. I'm only going to add here the high of the pre-market at 2020. So 2020 high of the pre-market, and then you're just kind of surrounded by levels here. I don't want to make this this chart over saturated here. I think this is more than good enough right now, but I do like the pre-market action. I do like the volume on it. Speaking of Bitcoin, we also have Mara down here as well. And we also, I think Rye was in play also. It seemed to have some good volume. You could pick whichever one you like out of those. Last one on our list is going to be Apple. Apple, low of the pre-market, 125.86. 2 days ago, they had a beautiful breakout over here on this level. I'm going to mark this down right over around 120, 124. Remember me and Norm were talking about this, and that popped up pretty nice. And look at the stretch all the way up to 126. So we're kind of stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days at the moment. I am going to mark down the low of the pre-market here at 125.86. The high of the pre-market is at 126.52. So we'll throw a level there as well. And I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I'm not going to add anything more. Let's see what the situation is going to be for Apple and then some of the tech companies. Yesterday was brutal. Yesterday was very, very choppy. Nothing like the previous day. Let's see if today is going to change. And then our possibles, just quick recap. We have Roku on here. Again, beautiful day yesterday. Hopefully a continuation today. No volume right now, but we've seen Roku take off even with no volume in the pre-market. Mavericks, another Bitcoin type play here. LI is getting a bit of a bounce of this 2404. So again, I like this drop here. Could be interesting if we lose this level here. We're bouncing from that now. We got some levels here we can go and test. We have this one over here at a 2270. We have a 2156, and I don't think we'll get down here, but just in case, 1974. But this 2270, that could be good if we can get a run down there. BYND's got some news on there, but again, it's just starting to get a little bit of volume now. 130. Still not great. NCLH, we do have and hold on a second. That's not type. Let's fix that. NCLH. There we go. So they got some good volume today, a good action. But I am going to watch CCL on my main one this morning. Since they have a little bit more volume. BB's on deck as well. They have a catalyst this morning. Let's see how that's going to play out. They're up 4.1. ACG we have down here looking okay. EBON. Yeah, EBON again. We'll have to see how this plays out. I think it might just be sideways action, really. We have DISCA and we have FEFGEN. So I'm going to fine tune this secondary list a little further offline. I'm not going to keep all of these on here. A lot of that stuff doesn't look great. But for the sake of time, let's get over to our moderators watch list. I want to see what they're watching this morning. Let's make sure we have their list here. Let's get our visuals in place and bring this right over here. You guys should be able to see that. Okay, perfect. All right, so Peter, 2 SPACs opening today, CMLTU and also PANA. No real IPOs this morning. Dima, she's watching XL, looks very good this morning. MU, VXX, and also NCLH. Tiffany has CCL on her list, Apple and Mara. Eamon has a Ford, Oxy, TRY. Secondary list, CCL, MA, NCLH, not a lot he's excited about this morning. John is looking at Roku and BYND today. Thor is looking at Viacom, BYND, NCLH, MU, Apple, and Microsoft if the market goes weak. Brian's coming in with his list. He's looking at Viacom, FGEN, Fix, HYLN, and also XL, which is looking pretty decent this morning. So, all right, that is what we have so far. Things are looking pretty good. Okay, not great, but okay. XL bouncing off the VWAP pretty nice here. It looks like it wants to retest that high of the pre-market there. CCL is not doing a whole lot right now, but again, I think it's okay. Viacom could be good, guys. We'll have to wait for that one. I think for that one, I'm going to wait for it to settle down. It's got to settle down at the open, right at the bell. Could be very aggressive in both directions. So be careful on that one. RMO, I don't have a lot of high hopes for this one. We might just get some choppiness this morning after such a big rebound day yesterday. CAN is good, and Apple is good as well. So, all right, not a bad list. And we definitely have better, but we've seen bad lists, like not bad, but not the best type list like this turn out really good. So I'm always hopeful for that. All right, 9/11. What else we have? Let's look at Snap. Snap starting to pop up here. No volume just yet, but that could be interesting. They've been consolidating. They had a consolidation day yesterday, basically not doing a whole lot. But yeah, that could be interesting. I just have so many here though. I want to fine tune this before adding anything more on this list. Okay, guys. Anything else? I saw TRY. Is a POS sector have anything going on? They don't have a lot of volume right now, but I see a lot of you guys throwing those out this morning. They have news from yesterday. Looking to see if it goes anywhere. Okay, good. Well, we'll see how. I know Eamon has this one on his list, so if we see something great, he'll call it out. We can hop in and take advantage of that. All right, perfect, guys. How are we doing with our likes? Do we have enough to continue to go live, or what?
Yeah,
What's the latest?
Yeah. I didn't set the bar high enough, and
So change it.
texted.
Move the bar.
No, I'm not
I'm
going to lie.
kidding. I'm kidding.
You guys, he is coming. I texted him. I texted him right after we hit 250 or right at 250. He
Excellent.
did say he's on his way. He's excited to do it. So keep hitting those likes. Much appreciated, even though we're already at that number. So
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely appreciate it, guys. It does mean a lot to us here. So thank you for that. So, all right, so let me start setting up to share our screen because Brian will be on at 9:15, and then Andrew will be on a little bit after that. And we'll show you guys our chat room and
hopefully
what.
he doesn't have a bad day because of it and because of what I put him
pressure.
up to.
The pressure.
Hey, lose 50 grand and send me a bill for it or something.
It is not easy trading live for people. I don't know how he does it. He has a gift, really. He's really
It's
good.
tough,
obviously.
man. I mean, I used to. You
yeah.
remember I used to do it. Thor's taking
Oh, yeah.
over that role just because it's too long to be on the mic for 2 hours doing it.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
sometimes it was 2.5, but it is nerve wracking. That's for sure.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. All right, guys. So I am just getting our screens ready to show you guys our chat room and what it looks like, and you guys can see what we're all about here. So over on YouTube. Aside from that, anything else? Any questions? Anything else we can cover in the meantime? Let's see here. I'd like to show you guys what our chat room looks like now so you get an idea of what you will be looking at.
You guys got any questions while we're sitting here? I mean, you've gone through levels on everything, right? Do we have any new
Yeah,
tickers
we
that
did.
we've missed that have come up just in the last few minutes we need to discuss?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything in our trade ideas besides what we discussed already.
Miguel, education videos are in the Learning Center stuff. Education Center, they're all listed there. You can search, you can look through them. So, here he
What's
comes.
that?
Andrew.
Oh, there he is. Let's make sure we get. All right, guys, we're gonna hand it off over to Andrew and Brian. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Stay tuned to get an inside look of our chat room. Andrew will be trading live, and let's see here. I'm gonna switch it over. Make sure you guys can see the chat room first before I disconnect. disconnect. All right.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.
All right, I just got to switch it over here to somebody else's screen. Is that Andrew's screen? I think it is. All right, perfect. There it is, guys. That is our chat room. I will hand it off to Andrew. See you guys later.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Whoops. We got.
Wow, that was creepy. That Brian's.
It was. I'm freaked out. I haven't traded yet.
All right, guys. So good morning. Everyone had a good morning. So everyone should be able to see my screen. I don't know about people on YouTube if they should be able to see it on the screen too. Thank you so much, guys, that for staying. If you like our video, we have a treat for you. So in terms of watch list, market seems that a little bit like Qs kind of they cooled down a little bit after a couple of 3 big days that they had. So they kind of cooled down, finding some sort of a support before heading back to the all-time high. So that's the Q. TQQ, of course, I'm in there. I actually should start writing covered calls on TQQ. With I can probably write 100 contracts, and with 100 contracts, I can just collect so much premium.
Yeah, it's a good way to make some passive income. Yeah.
So how do I do that? Actually, let me because I know you guys know better than that. Let me after that. But I have TQQ that averages 102 almost. I want to actually write covered calls. Should I write covered calls for high of the day?
Depends how far you want to.
Yeah, sorry.
Depends how far you want to go out. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the 105s. The 110s that.
Yeah.
110s are like that is a prior high. So, but I don't know how much premium you'll collect on that. But 110 is you're writing a covered call that probably won't get covered, so you'll be collecting that money because this is an area where you'd have fairly significant resistance at 110.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So I can write actually at 107. Let me see if I can get filled 107. The market is close. I'll do the market is open.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I've actually got 2 naked calls on Tesla right now, 700s. And I'm just going to let them expire at the end of the week, hopefully.
Awesome. So then for TQQ 19 Delta, for which one? Not for tomorrow, but for April 16, huh? Yeah, and I don't think next week is going to be that much. All right, so let me quickly finalize the watch list. NIO and Tesla, they're all really, this is EV sector, they're all somehow got this into this consolidation period. Apple is doing nothing. So as you see, NIO and Tesla, so the daily chart really it struggles. Tesla either way, going either above or below. Plug, same thing. So I don't really like Plug very much, but in this particular case, Tesla. In terms of the stuff that has gapped up, let me quickly see what other people are really looking at. What's your Brian? VIAC, yeah. So VIAC is hitting the scanner.
Yeah, Viacom looks kind of interesting. I think it's going to be strong. The other one, probably Discovery Channel, DISCA. Yeah, but I'd stick with Viacom or
Fix is gapping up. What's the float on fix? Do you know?
I think it's about 100,000, or I should say 100 million. Just hang on a sec. It's 20. No, it's only 26 million. I was thinking of FGen. It was more like 83 million. Yeah, so this one's a little bit shorter, like smaller float. Not a low float, but
And it's down on a 2.
things look a little choppy right now. XL is pulling back from the high. HYLN not doing much.
So what else do we have from the other moderators?
Beyond the Meat had
Beyond
had some news. It's up. Beyond was had some Chinese, opening something Chinese
Chinese
stuff.
and stuff.
Yeah. FGen, I'm
Surprisingly,
looking
Beyond
at,
is also beaten up really bad.
yeah, on a daily, yeah. I don't know, FGen, I'm just waiting. We're going to wait another 5 minutes at least to see how it starts to trade into the open for FGen and Fix, because both of them could be rising devil trades.
ASTC. This one I think we traded in the past. This one is a lower price, lower. It's the float on the. Anyone knows the ASTC float? How low float? Doesn't look very low float. It should be like 20 million or something.
18 million.
18, yeah. See, I can see the price action and tell you the float. Yeah, it doesn't seem very low float. The reason for that is because look at even on the daily charts with heavy volume, it doesn't move like $10 or something. It moves like $1 to $2. So that's the characteristics of a kind of mid-range floats. Mara and Riots are down. Bitcoin is probably getting a hitting. CCL and so definitely I'm going to watch Wyatt for the breakout of 45. FGen could be a short at the open. This one is interesting to see how it turns out. So, wow, that's really near a level. So that's a very, very important level that we have here.
Yeah.
And there's another one here.
Yeah, nothing to me is looking super interesting. FGen could be a rising devil, but you really, just looking at the price action here, it's just not moving, and it's pretty close to the VWAP. Fix is already coming up to the VWAP. Beyond is selling off. The other one I'm looking at for rising devil, maybe CAN.
CAM. N or CAM?
N like November. Not M like Movember.
Michael, yeah. Like Movember.
Yeah. Tesla, just keep going down. Just don't go over 700. I'll be happy. Yeah, Apple's not doing much. Yeah, there's nothing really that's too interesting right now. I think that when we get to the open, I think there's going to be, it almost looks to me like there's going to be some buying on the indexes. Like Qs are starting to warm up a bit. SPY's starting to warm up a bit.
So I'm actually looking at the Twitter, YouTube comments, and there's so many good covered code knowledge here on YouTube.
Yeah.
People know their stuff everywhere. I love that. That's the beauty of, I guess that's the beauty of community. That's so much knowledge in there. All right, so I think for me, my watch is, to be honest with you, I'm not excited about any of the things that I have. Of course, Wyatt is something that I want to look into that. beyond
Yeah.
because it had the news of China, and CLH just because authorities watching it, and for a lower price ones, Excel is interesting. I want to look into that, and ASTC. The one that I see. 100 brains together, exactly week, exactly. So that's going to be my watch. So Qs are bouncing back a little bit. The market is open right now. The option chain is closed, but if the market opens, I might actually start, buying like 20,000 shares of Qs and just constantly collect these premiums. Really good, because I can buy with 100 contracts. I can make maybe $2,000 a week on covered calls. But I just don't know the covered calls exactly. I have to find the best contract to write.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really crazy about anything yet. XL is looking kind of interesting. I don't
So
know.
Andre is asking, how do you collect calls on TQQ if you're negative? Well, the whole purpose of covered calls means that you're selling the call, but you already have the position. So, if it strikes and if they actually exercise your call, you already have them. You don't have to go and buy them. So so you sell it at a strike price that you feel comfortable. So there's a very little risk for that. You have the position, just broker. If they actually call it and exercise it, you do that. It doesn't matter if it's on, you're negative on it. It depends on what's the strike price that you want to sell the position on it. If you don't have that, then it becomes this, a naked call. Then that's dangerous, because if they call, if it goes into the money, then they call, then you have to provide the shares for them. If not, you have to go buy it from the market, and that's why it becomes profitable.
Yeah, the calls I wrote, like I have naked calls on Tesla right now, which is a little bit of a risky, but I did it after they reported their delivery numbers, so I knew there was no more news coming on it. So, but I got like $16 for those. So I really don't go negative on that trade until it gets over $7 or 716. Obviously, I'm hoping by the end of the week we'll get to it'll close below 700, and I'll keep that $3,000 that I got. Yeah, I'm not. Well, AMD's coming up here. Square's gone green. There's a few things that are kind of greening up here as we get it closer to the open. So I expect we're going to have some buying at the open. Ooh, Viacom just jumped. SPY just jumped up. Like I said, I think we're going to see some buying at the open. I'm going to watch Viacom primarily. FGen's looking a little weak now. So maybe that will be a rising devil trade. Those are the two that probably look the most interesting to me at this point, and maybe XL. And then we'll just keep an eye on the scanners this morning. So let's watch for a bit of a choppy open, maybe. Okay, we got 1 minute. Yeah, Viacom, FGen and Viacom look the most interesting to me. So FGen, look for short around 24, maybe 24.50. And Viacom still looking strong here into the open. So I'd be watching for a bit of a pullback on Viacom at the open, and then long. SPY's looking strong still. CAN could be a good rising devil trade too. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
All right, guys. Sorry.
Beyond
the
just
market is
dropping. FGen short. And
Wyatt is really good volume.
Viacom long.
See what Wyatt is doing. Wyatt is long now, I think.
Yeah,
Although it's a
I
really
took
good
it.
peak. I'm going to wait for
Yeah,
1 minute.
well,
But
I'm
gonna
long
probably-
Viacom. I'm short. Oh, crap. It's all
I'm
over the
going
place.
to make some long at 45.65.
Jeez, it's crazy.
I added
Crazy.
about 46. American Airlines is doing something. NEO looks strong. And some long on Wyatt at 45.60. Getting out of it, actually. It's just not
Yeah,
really
I
nice.
hate the price action. I'm still short FGen.
XPEV is dropping. NEO is dropping. Yeah, I got out on Wyatt. Qs are running up. SPY is good green. CCL volume came in. CCL is
Okay, I'm just covering some FGen here. 22.92.
CCL is going to go to 30 today. Look at the volume on it. I missed opening range breakup on CCL. American Airline, not
I'm
much.
out of Viacom right now.
Really choppy.
All right. Oh yeah,
Short.
FGen.
CCL, and hopefully getting a pullback and getting in there. It's really strong now. It's going to go to 30, that one. If it gets a pullback, I might jump back in there long. Wyatt is short.
Yeah, I'm out of Viac too. Ooh, Square's popping. Yeah, SPY. Look at that. Exactly what I said. Look at the SPY. It's starting to take off.
Yeah.
Still short some FGen.
Let's see what CCL is doing.
I think it's going lower.
Taking some long on CCL here. Small size on CCL. If it does a consolidation, if we go back up, I added heavy load on it for the move toward 30. Adding a little bit more here on the CCL. Not a crazy size, but if he above 29.75, if he makes a new ABCD pattern, I might go up because we do have 30 level here on it. I mean, it's better to wait until you make a new 1 minute high, but I just don't want to be late on the game. Adding a little bit more here. Let's see. If a breakout happens, I'll add more. CCL is there. Wyatt is still.
Viac's yeah, not great. Still short FGen.
Price action on VIAC, Wyatt is really bad.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that for now.
Whoever is controlling that price action is just not fun.
Just all over the place.
Yeah.
Wow.
CCL. Let's see if we can hold this or not.
Okay, I'm looking for 22 on FGen.
Brian is trading FGen. American Airlines keeps running up FGen. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful
Maybe
drop.
just covering some more here. Yeah,
wow.
Just covering some more here maybe.
Drop. So we're still holding on CCL. Let's see if it makes a new 1 minute high. Now that became a really bad doji. So a little disappointing for me. I'm glad I didn't go full size on it.
Hold the line. We're holding the line on FGen.
Yeah. Qs are dropping. Let me buy a little bit Q here just in case, just for fun. CCL. Yeah, this one becomes a doji, unfortunately. 5-minute charts became really, really extended. So might go. Yeah, I lost my hope on it on this, so I might get out of it actually. I accept the loss on CCL because it turned out to be really a doji. So might I have no trust on it now. I don't want to short it either because it was so strong at the open. Yeah, now it turned out to be, kind of an engulfing. Unfortunately, American Airlines moved up, but this one just, that move was so strong that kind of
Yeah, SPY is, look at that. Look at SPY go. I knew it was going to pop.
Excel is nice,
Q,
yes.
Yeah, Qs are selling off. Might be worth buying.
Now move on the Excel. The next one, yeah, that's exactly the Excel.
Excel's looking interesting.
So a little bit,
It's getting lots of volume.
getting some long on it in 945, adding a little bit more. Let's see if you can go for 945.
Yeah, I'm long XL too on that.
Adding a little bit more on it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Break this. Adding a little bit more on it for the break of 955. 955.
Nice. Here we
go.
Here we go. All right, here we go. So yeah, selling here.
Again, don't expect this one to pops up to 12 because that's not a stock that really. Okay.
Maybe it gets to 10.
Yeah, maybe it gets to 10. That's for sure. So, but let's see what it does now. If it breaks out and holds the breakout, then we are going to go up. So we are there for a treat. Nice. Oh yes, yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
960. Yeah. That's the one to do it, guys. I think now it's going to go to 10. Yeah, a lot of traders now jumping in, the breakout traders. So a lot of breakout traders, they jump like after the breakout is actually happening. Really
That's a
nice.
ticket.
So it's going to go to 10. Yeah. Qs. Let me buy some TQQ. I'm going to hold. So I'm going to buy some TQQ here too. Sold more here at 982.
Oh, yeah.
Did you take it, guys? Nice. Very nice. Beautiful. Well, thanks. Someone mentioned that in the chat, and someone tagged me. Thank you for whoever was that.
Yeah.
Thanks. Who was it? Somebody tagged me that.
Yeah, I had that on my watch list too. Okay, I'm just going to cover some more FGen here at 2201. Yeah, yes, now it's losing 22. That's what I was hoping.
You're short FGen, huh? I missed that.
Yeah, that was the Rising Devil trade.
SPY's making highs.
Beautiful. Yeah.
980. Nice. Do you see the big ask size? We have this still going up. Do you see these big asks? Really amazing. It's going to go to 10. I'm actually putting my order.
Yeah. I've got an order in at 10. 10:02 actually.
Sell. My order is gonna be at sell 3,000 shares at exactly 10.
Oh, you're going to jump in front of me. I'm going to put mine in, changing mine to 9.99.
It's going to go up. No, this pullbacks actually might be a good place to add. Let's see. If this one is want to go to 10, I'm actually thinking of adding some in this pullback. So I'm adding a little bit here at this 970, 980. I don't want to mess up with my whole average, but I added more at 980. Let's see for the 10. Yes, it's going to go up. My order is at 10.
Yeah.
I see Vayak. To be honest with you, this Vayak, I'm a little bit afraid of price action on it. It's a little
it's weird. when I think about VIAC too, the trading it the last couple of days, it's a bit of a dog's breakfast. Wait for it.
I sold some here. Let's see if we can do a consolidation here. Yeah, this VIAC is really, really.
Wow. Yeah, nice move on HYLN.
So I'm still holding this VIAC. I think it's gonna go for a move. So now it's doing this bull flag consolidation. My board add a little bit here at 983 just to see if it gets a flush. Then I got out of the break even. Let's see.
Nice, Jared. There's your 1250. Good trade on HY and HYLN.
Let's see if this one is holding this pullback or it's going to be a disaster. Just getting out of it slowly. Just
I'm still got a decent entry on some of it, so I'm gonna see if we still get to 10. Already partialed on it, so.
So if it comes back above 980, I might just jump back there, but I don't want to get a flush on it, so I'm getting out of it some here. I think we're going to go for a 10. This one actually might have stayed really active. Like yesterday, what was the one that we traded yesterday? And then it just kept... RMO, yes, Phoenix. Oh, man,
RMO.
I missed the whole move. Did you see that, Brian? RMO in the afternoon, it picked up like just unbelievable.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, so let's see what XL is going to do here.
So
yeah, I'm not liking that.
Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, so I'm getting out of it completely for now.
Yeah.
I cancel my order because I don't want to get short. It might actually do a consolidation above 980 has the potential. I had a really solid trade on it. Yeah, the
TQQ came back up.
Yeah, it's backing up. I added loaded up TQQ back in 100, so it's still going up. CCL out on it's going to come back up, and CCL might go to 30 now. For the breakout. So I'm actually taking another long on CCL. See if CCL this time wants to go break the high of the day. Looks like this time wants to go. Yeah, I'm adding a little bit more long on CCL. I missed the squeeze on it. I think we might break out.
NCLH, looking at NCLH is really kind of choppy. So it's just had such a big run. It's had such a big run over the last 3 days, gapping up again today. It's just
I think CCL had one breakout in it. So
yeah, I don't know. CCL's near all-time high.
No, it's not all-time high. I think
no, sorry. Yeah, not all-time high. Sorry, high.
Yeah. So now CCL is going to go for the highs, and let's see.
Just be careful. There's a big daily level right at 30, 29.98.
Yeah, I have this 30.12, and then we did pass one level here. So I'm like
30.12 from the middle of March. Here comes XL again.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. Sold some here. I should have added more on this. Good.
It's going to go through 30.
Yeah, I think I'm going to play it through 30. CCL. I think 30.12 would be like, I have 6,000 shares on CCL holding it.
There's a big ask. There's a big ask at 30.
Hopefully we get there. XL.
Wow.
XL, that was a famous play for you. XL bounce from the VWAP. Brian usually buys at the
Yeah.
VWAP and he
Yeah.
drops and the strongest stock. Did you do it today? Why not?
No. I was watching CCL, and I'm just covered the rest of FGen because it doesn't look like it's going to drop anymore. But I'm really happy with FGen. That was perfect rising devil trade.
All right, so CCL, I want to get to 30. It's a little bit, it's just doesn't have that much of a momentum. Usually the breakout trades need a little bit of more momentum, but in this particular case, I think we have a good chance to get to 30 and above. XL, I think, is going to go up. I mean, I'm going to be done with my day, to be honest, but XL could be, every pullback on XL could be a buying opportunity on it. Yeah, I think it's going to go break this near 10, 993. Yeah, I think this one is probably want to run, Brian. It's gonna probably run.
I think so. I think it's going to get. I think it's finally going to get to 10.
I'm getting in there.
See if it can break.
I'm getting in there. I'm getting in there. Adding more on it. Let's see if we can want to go to breakout. Small size now. If it moves up, I'll just keep adding. Getting there. Getting in there. Okay, now we're getting there. Yes. Oh, damn it. So let's see. Go above 10.
Yeah.
Go above 10.
Let's do this.
Let's
do this.
Go. So I'm long in there.
Yes.
See if you can break that 10. I'm long heavy size guys in it. Let's get the 10. This is the 10. Big ask and 10. Did you see the big ask?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit. Let's see if you can get the follow through.
Did it got the 1004. It says 1004.
It did pop above then.
Yeah.
Selling a little bit more here.
Yeah.
I think we have another pop.
Yeah, I got a sale. Yeah. Yeah.
Resistance of 10 is heavy, but I think we are getting there. CCL. I'm still long CCL too, but I don't know what I want to do with it. Kind of out of steam.
Yeah.
Might do a small consolidation. I'm considering adding more on XL, although this 10 thing is adding a little bit more on it. Yes, look at the big ask.
Yeah, nice.
Come on,
nice.
Just pass it through. Just pass it, please. Just pop resistance. If it passes that 10, those big asks. Oh yes, now we're in business. 10-10. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, beautiful bounce off the VWAP.
Sold more. Beautiful. CCL is coming back up. Actually considering adding some on CCL. Oh yeah, I added more on CCL. Look at the pop on CCL. Let's see if we can get through 30 on CCL. Let's see if we can get to 10-20.
Yeah.
We did.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfect though. CCL is popping higher. I think CCL is now going to go up to above 30. So I'm long CCL guys too. In this pop, I added a little bit more. Let's see if you can hold it toward 30. That would be really nice. We had this volume of a breakout. XL. Yeah, I'm going to hold this XL. I had a very solid day. CCL pop above 30. CCL's guys got don't drop. CCL is gonna pop above 30, I think. Hopefully, I have this level at 30 at 10. Oh yeah, there is actually this high of this bounces. So the CCL is definitely in some heavy resistance area.
Yeah.
This area that really bounced back in the mid-March. If you can survive that, then definitely. I think we're gonna pop. We're gonna get a big pop on it. What is XL up to? XL is consolidating at 1010.
It's just consolidating. Yeah.
CCL,
Oh.
now I have a very large size on it too. So let's see if you can get a big pop on it.
Beyond the meat is selling off.
Beyond Meat.
Beyond meat is selling off.
There is no D in the company. Beyond Meat. Just, to clarify this with people.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, CCL, don't eat. Come on. You can break this 30. XL is gonna go for another highs.
Yeah, I think it's pushing.
I think it's gonna push another high. I should be adding a
Yeah.
little bit more. I'm adding a little bit more because my average is below 10, so it could be a good place to add a little bit to just collect a little bit of more profit on the next move up. Adding a little bit more on it at 10.15. It's a little bit tough now because as you add, your average comes up, so it's a little bit tricky. But hell yes.
Yeah.
Sold some. These pullbacks are really being bought back up, and CCL is still struggling. I'm still long on CCL, waiting to get a 30.10. The level that I have is at 30.09. XL, let's see if we can have another bull run on it.
Yeah. Another
Bulls are
push.
coming. Sold some here. I still have share size on it. CCL, yes, look at that. Bulls are coming. And again, one of the reasons that it's just popping up is that people who are shorting it, the stock is shortable. The next move they have to cover, so they become a bull. The bears that they wanted to short, they actually become. This one might go to 11. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah. It's going.
This definitely might go to 11. CCL is a little bit struggling, so I'm selling some of my CCL position here. Oh, look at this. That's just the deal, man. So what's the Lambo thing? $10.45. This one is just keep running. Brian, tell me you're still in XL.
Yeah. Got back in with you. Still looking for maybe 1050.
Let's see what CCL is giving us. Any big ask at 30? Struggling. Yeah, I added the back on CCL. Let's see if you can get to break of 30. There is no big ask on it. I think maybe have a pop on CCL. CCL, let's get that pop above 30. There's no big ask. If it was a big ask, it would have been a really, really good sign. The fact that there is not a big ask, like this 24 is really not important enough. So it was a big ask. So that's why I just reduced my share size on it. XL at 10.45. Oh, yeah, look at that. Sell another 10% here. Big ask at 262. What a day. What a day. CCL still
Hmm.
struggling. TQQ is running up. Still, that's really good.
HYLN is.
Yeah, Dave, I fixed the issue on my bed. There is there's a plug in it that that part is a little bit broken, so sometimes it's just stuck. I have to send it back to manufacturer. CCL doesn't want to break this 30. I think.
Yeah, I think. Well, there's some pretty stiff. I think that's pretty stiff resistance from a couple weeks ago. That 30 level.
And it's a little bit extended than 5-minute shot, but I think, damn it, I didn't get a good feel. I added my order, but I think we're gonna do that. Yeah, I think we're gonna go to that. I think now we're just dealing with this mess. So there is this 30 level. It's not really worth it for me to stay in there. The risk to reward here in this trade is horrible. For that reason, I'm out. So I'm out actually from CCL. Yeah, it's just we don't get that follow through. Now it's just going up. Hate you.
There it is.
See? Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
That's the pop that I was just. Anyways, yeah, I didn't make any money out of that. But the Excel, I'm still long Excel, guys. I still have Excel. This pop is interesting. CCL. Oh my God, I can't believe I lost. I didn't get this move on CCL. Look at this.
There we go. I'm selling some XL here just because it's feeling a little toppy.
I don't know why I got out, to be honest with you, on this, Brian. It was kind of your fault. So you said last week. Damn,
It actually, yeah, got through that high. I guess everybody's excited about cruising.
Finger pointing. Johnny 54, exactly.
Cruising.
No, to be honest with you, Brian said, "Oh yeah, it has something," and then I got this bias just getting out, and
I just said that's an area where there'll be some resistance. Maybe I shouldn't have said.
Now look at these asks are showing up. Look at that.
Now it's breaking out.
Damn it! I need to press something. Yeah. Sorry.
Just took a bit of a short on HYLN 1222. Just looks like it might want to go back to the VWAP. He's driving his Lambo over. He's gonna crash into my Ferrari. Yeah, looks XL's just stalling out a little bit here. We're half hour into the trading day. There we go on HYLN. Just come on back down.
Yeah, well, I didn't get punished, Chris, on it. I just didn't get the move that I saw that move for the break of this level, and I was just in there and adding, and generally that move that I was expecting. And this is just Andrew Aziz is better than that. That was an amateur move. I should have got this move. Anyways. But here's the problem. I'm not a trader that jump in after the breakouts. I'm not saying it's bad. There's a lot of traders that wait after the breakout happens for the break of high of the day. Now that's their entry. You know, they start riding the wave. But I'm the kind of person who wants to get an entry before the breakout. It's just how I develop my style as a trader. That's why after this happened, I just said, you know what? But it's good. I mean, missing a move is better than, you know, blowing up your account and holding a big loser. I mean, it's just unfortunate because I so wanted this breakout. But it's okay. I mean, I had a really, really solid day. I'm green in all of my trades. Even CCL, I made money. I mean, just not the money that I was expecting. So Excel, I think it's done. I still have my average exactly at 10. Oh, there you go. It's probably dropping down. So I think it's the funeral somehow. Yeah, I'm getting out of it. Yeah. So I'm all out on that as well, guys. So
yeah,
I'm flat.
And I'm out of HYLN.
Did you trade HYLN too?
Yeah, I was short. I thought I'd get back to the VWAP, shorted to the VWAP, but it didn't get back there. It did a 920 trade, almost. Went through the 9, didn't quite get to the 20. Now it's going back up again.
All right. So do we still have it on the YouTube? Oh yeah, you guys. I see you guys are on YouTube. So for those of you guys seeing us, send us a love, send us a like. We appreciate that. What's up, YouTube guys?
We got Square. Square's popping up. Wow, Square's been strong. Apple's breaking out.
CCL, yeah, Qs are running up. Look at that.
Yeah.
CCL.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
The biggest regret of my trading today is probably. Today is probably my biggest regret of all live trading. This CCL.
You know, the Romo trade. Look at it go. It's right up. It's right at a pivot level, R4.
What's that? Which one? What's the ticker of RM? What was that? Oh yeah, was it this one? Oh yeah, this one also had a run.
Yeah, that drop on the Qs at the open was a great place to take an entry on TQQQ.
Yeah, look at this. Don't you? I got that.
Yeah. So lots of stuff popping up on the scanners. PayPal's popping up now. MU's been strong. Oh, look at FGen. FGen's going to start to roll over again here.
CCL is still moving.
Wow. What's NCLH doing? NCLH, it's popped up too. Wow, another strong day.
WIAC is a piece of garbage. They do it on purpose.
Yeah.
I think whoever controls the WIAC, they bring it up for the breakout and then dump there. Whatever algo it is just, it's really good. It's really working.
Yeah, it's just trading. It looks like it's going to break out here.
Yeah, but it just does that all the time. Bring it up, and then boom, they dump it on you. And then bring it up, and then they dump 1 million share on you. Just stay away from this mess. You know, Morgan Stanley lost 4 billion on it, so we can't make any money out of this. CCL is still running up. Yeah, no, it's a dog's breakfast, really. Delete that ticker from your watch.
It was, yeah.
Airbnb going down. Yeah, Airbnb never really had enough volume for me to trade. I used to, after IPO, I used to go in there and hold it through this drop, but I really never really, it never had any volume really to make it good for trading. Snap was always nice in terms of volume. I haven't traded in a while. Oh, yes. Snap is nice. Twitter is running off. There's a lot of these tech companies. PayPal are hitting their big ass. That's why the TQQ is amazing.
Yeah, like there's Twitter's now popped up on the scanner. HYLN still trying to go higher.
Yeah, Twitter is definitely strong.
Yeah.
CCL. Yeah, so CCL is doing this consolidation. It might go to 31 today, and that's very unfortunate that I just couldn't make this move. I don't know. I mean, for today, what would I pay the? Thank you on YouTube. Well, thanks guys for being here. You're free runners, free riders. Oh, news dropping. Thanks, Christina. So I had a really solid day. I'm all flat, guys. I'm long TQQ in terms of profit. It was really good for me. Although the biggest regret that I had was in this, unfortunately, in this XL. But other than that, everything was, sorry, not the XL, the CCL was the trade that unfortunately I missed. But it was pretty good. So I'm holding this ARK to save us, this ARK sheep, and then TQQ is holding some for fun.
You've got ARK.
I might start selling covered calls on them.
You've got ARK K, right?
ARK, yeah, RK.
ARK K, because I had ARK G for a while. That was a genomic one.
So somebody mentioned for covered call. Yeah, Lou, Cathy Woods is gonna fix all those holes in ARK to save us. So for covered call, someone mentioned 119 on TQQ. Let's see, 119 or 111. Let's see. I can sell TQQ 119. 120 has a lot of open interest. It's only 4 cents. 106 is tricky for next week. Yeah, next week 106 is very tricky. 7 cents, 35 cents. So what do you think, guys? Should I sell QQQ calls for next week at 120 and just collect the premium? Yeah.
TQQ.
100 contracts, because I have it. Actually, I can go 1,200 contract, huh? Sell. I have to go sell to open when I'm selling the contract. Yes, yes.
Yeah, sell to open. Should ask you if it's covered or non-covered, maybe. I don't know if they'll do that.
DAS platform doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Then that is pretty good. I'm gonna go with 120. Let's see if I can get filled. Select the route. Okay, this is your route. My order got rejected. Why? Oh, in this account, I can't. Okay.
So
110 calls. Well, yeah. No, this I have to go and this one actually doesn't. This account doesn't have the options. I gotta ask IB to add into that. So okay, never mind. Let's get back into our trading. Yeah.
Yeah. Beyond went almost went red on the day. It looks like it's going to.
Yeah. CCL. No, I don't. Yeah, thanks, Ninja. No, I don't have a sell order on it. The problem that I have right now is this account doesn't have access for options trading. The other one has. I have to just go and check with IB. Which is probably there's some agreements that you have to probably sign.
Yeah, Facebook's popping up on the scanner here. What's wow, some stuff is selling off here. It's kind of interesting. Apple and the Qs are going higher. AMAT's selling off. The MU sold off pretty hard here. Viacom, wow, finally, yeah, look at Viacom. What a drop on that. Wow. I thought it was actually, I thought it was looking like it was going to break higher because it was kind of making a series of lower highs on the 2-minute chart. So I thought it was on the verge of breaking out. Glad I didn't take that. What a piece of junk that is. Trading today. It's horrible. Just horrible. Yeah, higher. Yeah, there was making a series of higher lows on the 2-minute chart. And it was making an ascending triangle, basically. You rarely see an ascending triangle break down like that. Not really. It was pretty much It was pretty much banging its head against 45.95. Did it 3 times after the open, and each time it pulled back, it made a higher low.
All right.
Excel's looking like it's going to try to run against holding the VWAP.
Yeah, Excel, it seems that it wants to bounce. Definitely, potentially breakouts on it. Let me see. I had a really good day. I mean, I'm over 20,000 profit, so I don't want to really mess around with it. But
Airbnb. So it's, yeah.
But yeah, potentially this 1057 is kind of a moving average area here. It means that it's really bouncing back.
Yeah, Airbnb, Gina. Yeah, here comes XL again. I'm not. It has Airbnb has broken above the 9 moving average on the 2-minute chart. Next sort of level is going to be 187. It's going to that'll be resistance.
Wyack. See, I told you, delete this Wyack from your watch list. See, they took it up for the break of 5 today, and then they dump it on you. These whatever that controlling this price action is just miserable, very miserable. It's just
it's trading horribly, for sure. Yeah, there's just some stocks trade really well during the day, and this one's been.
You got it, Thor?
It's been challenging.
Well, Thor got a really good trade on it.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, if you shorted it at you could have shorted it at 46. I would have been really reluctant just because it usually ascending triangles break out.
Thor is a human. Yeah, whatever algo Thor is. Anyways, so Excel is going to go for the breakout. Let's see.
Seems like it. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Had to do a little pullback to the VWAP there. Yeah. Beyond just went red and then held that previous day close.
Yeah, this is going to probably continue moving up. Let me see. Should I add? I don't want to chase it, but yeah, it's probably going to go up to 11 now.
Wow, stocks like Plug have been getting beaten up today. FCell, not great.
Yeah, and Neo is also selling off really bad. And
no
love
XPEV.
for those.
Yeah, XPEV might be putting in a bit of a bottom here.
Tesla is holding. Tesla is holding.
Well, there goes XPEV, I think, or XL. I think it's maybe it's going to make a run to 11 now.
Yeah, I think it's very likely. I was thinking of this pullback at around 10.20 was good to buy, but I just I think it's probably going to go up. Yeah, this breakout is going to happen now.
Yeah,
I'm not going to touch it, guys. Again, I had a really solid day on it, so I don't want to touch anything. But definitely, there's trading opportunity on it. Buying on these pullbacks are really important. I mean, this would have been a really, really nice entry. Let's see it. There you go, pop 1060. I mean, nobody also dares to short that. And one of the reasons that it just runs so powerful is just nobody dares to short this stock because it just has all the correct pattern for it. No, that's great, Zen. I'm glad. No, I'm happy. Yeah. How do you take it? Again, I had a really solid day, guys. So 21,000. I mean, CCL not much, and XL. I had I took almost $1 each time out of it. So I had a really, really solid day. I don't want to do anything. Just holding is my position and just booking the profit. And I love to actually have more clean recaps rather than just struggling and wrestling with this stock. I'm happy. I mean, there is always move in the market, and the moment that you realize that you don't have to be in every move, that's the moment that you become like a poker player. That you have the patience, you have to wait until your hand comes, and then you play aggressively when you have that. I mean, it's a similar approach and a strategy into that. I mean, there are so many moves, but I'm done. I don't want to mess around. Tomorrow, there's another thing moving. There's always something moving in the market, and that's the beauty of the stock market. Zen, remember, can you just post this later for my recap? Because I want to.
Wow, UTME. Holy crap! What is this?
UTME?
This is
Someone
like
mentioned that in the chat.
this is like looks. It's a. It's clearly a. It's from yesterday. It's the IPO from yesterday. Peter, how did you miss that?
What? It opened at $10? Now it's at 90?
Yeah.
What?
But it opened today around 55. Now it's at.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
It opened at 10 yesterday for IPO. What is it, U-time?
It's got to be a combination of everything that's hot.
U-Time. What
That's
is
true.
with this company?
It's crazy. It's been halted.
EV and coins.
Yeah, EV, Bitcoins, solar stock.
They put everything that is hot in there.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That is an insane IPO move.
I know.
Then I bought Airbnb at the IPO. I just for 2 weeks I couldn't breathe, like just sell off from THC infused fake meat.
Yeah.
Mobile device manufacturer. Damn.
Yeah, that was
No, it's
quite the
unbelievable.
quite the
This
breakdown. Yeah. No
this
kidding,
move
eh?
from 60 to 90. What? Anyways, what's Excel doing? Excel is going to go break out. So this pullback would have been a really good buy entry. This is going to go to 11. Yeah,
I
this is
think so.
definitely going to 11. Yeah, so this pullback would have been amazing entry. Oh, so you're in there, Greg? What's your entry on the UTME? $65 entry. Nice, guys. Nice.
Wow, nice.
65. Yeah,
Jeez,
it's probably open higher. This is
That's
probably
amazing.
yeah, it's probably open higher, man. Tell me that you have 200 shares on it. That's like $1,000 open up.
Like a GME trade.
Yeah. I'm living dangerously now.
It's a YOLO.
No, you gotta take you got a small trade. I mean, there is not a lot of liquidity. Like CCL, I was up to 25,000 shares on it because look at the volume. You can go heavy on these, and that's why I was so pissed off because now I could make easily another $10,000 on this CCL because I'm loading up on the size. But but you can't. It's not liquid enough. That's why. And one of the reasons that it's popping up like that, if a big orders comes like 100,000 shares, which is nothing for a family office or institution, it just because it doesn't have liquidity, just push the price up. What's the yeah, Afshin, that's good. Afshin, that's really nice. Yeah, that is insane move. Excel. Man, and then I invested in Airbnb and Dash and IPO and just it took me 3 weeks to just come out of it and then with a little bit of profit. This one,
Yeah.
opened at 10, it's now at 100.
Still halted.
Yeah, I think it's still halted.
Yeah. SPY's breaking out here. Q's just grinding higher. Apple's just grinding higher.
Yeah, Apple, man. It's just Apple is taking the whole market now up. Tech was such a buy down there, guys. Tech Apple at around 110, 115 were such an amazing buy. I don't know why people didn't jump in earlier. I mean, I was exposed to that amazing move just by having so much TQQ. Everywhere, every account that I have, there's some TQQ in it. It just whatever. Even under my carpet might be some TQQ. It's just it was obvious that tech is bouncing back. I mean, people were commenting on my YouTube channel that, oh, it's the end of tech. No, it's not.
No, it was just some rotation. Yeah, here comes, I think 11's coming on XL.
Yeah, there you go. XL is coming up. Yeah,
I did get back in a bit again here.
Yeah, shame on you. XL, yeah, XL definitely is going to go for 11. That's for sure. It's amazing. This is really amazing, and I like the float that it's just right about like 20 million.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a recap. I'll just stop for a second.
So I'm just going to sell some here. 72. I still think it's going to break out. Still got maybe 11 in it. Oh, yeah. UTME is open again. Oh, I'll pop through 100. Oh my God. Look at it go. Yeah, just be careful trading it. Sometimes this, like Peter said, the spread is can be $2. So careful. I mean, it's just so just trading so erratically here. Looks like it might get halted again. I'm trying to keep it from being halted. I think it's going to get halted again here. Yep, halted. All right. Well, I had a good morning. As another good rising devil trade this morning. Had one yesterday. Had a good one yesterday. Another good one today. Ron A. Hey, don't you hated that Romo trade of the day? Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? Oh, nice trade on Viac, Thor. Way to go! Yeah, right back down. Yeah, it's previous day close right here, 44.37 ish. Good place to take some off here. If it's going to bounce, it'll probably bounce around this area. XPEV, I didn't take that one, but yeah, sometimes I'll just, if it looks really weak, I'll just take the short right away. Sometimes they don't pop up. You just kind of got to read the price action. I mean, generally speaking, even if they do pop up, I'll take a bit of a risk and hold on to them. And maybe if I do take an entry, and then it does end up popping up, I'll add I'll add even more if it pops up to or above the VWAP. I know. You know what? I looked at SQ too. I'm kicking myself because I mentioned it even in the pre-market. It was one of those stocks where everything on the screen was red except there were a few green stocks. There was DKNG and Square. Yeah, you kind of knew it was going to go higher. Yeah, when you see that, and then I kind of knew that we were going to get. It just felt like we were going to get a pop at the open, you know, which would have taken any green stocks higher right away. Here goes XPEV. Beyond is really struggling here. It's funny how that was popping up and then it went green, or then it went dropped. Yeah, SPY is popping here. Nice 6 string. Way to go. You got it. You got it at that that bottom. Yeah, I looked at that trade and Andrew kept saying he was done, and I kept thinking, yeah, I don't need to trade anymore. So I didn't take that trade, but that was a nice trade on XPEV.
Are you blaming
Definitely
me
put-
now, Brian? Are you blaming me?
Oh, you
Blame
came
each other
back.
for-
Yeah, you came back. Wasn't expecting you to come back so soon.
Andrew's fault.
Yeah,
Wait.
I saw that trade. I mentioned it, but I didn't take it. That was, nice, almost like an inverse head and shoulders here on XPEV. It just held
So
that previous day low.
Yeah, Excel is kind of exhausted. Definitely is exhausted. All right, so I'm going to do the recap, Brian. Love you to stay.
Yep.
So YouTube guys, well, thank you so much for staying. We did it live today. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And we appreciate your comments, because that helps our channel to grow. When you are engaging with our channel, likes, hopefully not dislike. And definitely if there is a question, put it in the comments. We're going to respond to them. And we'll just try to add more value to the trading community. Okay, so I'm going to stop. Carlos, I think you can stop that thing. I can